We are live and ready to watch the hell of Tier 4. Tier 4 is actually not that, like, hell-like because there are not many drivers.
Yeah, I think
You have...
Zaki will just win it, to be honest. But we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully, I'm not hoping Zaki will run away with it.
I mean, you never know. He might not be that great around Kota, but we'll soon see when he comes out on track.
Right, so...
I do like how
Was...
5 people, 5 different teams. I do like that.
Yeah. That is basically just Tier 4 for you.
Never seen it before.
Well, so... Zaki, if he gets... Zaki gets... The points ahead? He is, yes. And he gets the win here. He's got 80 points ahead. In which... 6 more points ahead of Rimac, and then he wins the championship.
Ah, okay, so
Basically impossible for... Actually no, he will win the championship this race either way if he wins.
wait, if he wins the championship.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Right, as David will be our first driver out on track. And High Caliber will follow a bit far behind. This is High Caliber's home Grand Prix also.
So it'll be good to see how he can perform in front of his home crowd. There's David.
Pretty sure this is also Zaki's home Grand Prix. So I mean,
What
what track to win your world championship at?
I thought Zaki was Polish.
No, I don't know why he has his flag like that. I don't know why he has the...
I just assumed.
He told me he's not Polish. He said a bunch of times, "Don't call me Polish. I'm not Polish." I'm like, okay.
Just decides to have it as his nationality anyway, but yeah, David coming around the penultimate corner to start his first flying lap.
First flying lap for David. And Finn, you want to run us through this lap?
Yeah, I'll take it away. So activating DRS down the first main straight as you head up the hill towards turn 1. Got to do some late braking, carry it through the apex, make sure to hit the corner. It goes a bit far wide, making sure not to hit on the curb. Not using all the track available, but a good exit as he comes towards the S section here in Kota. Avoiding the curbs a bit, taking it a bit safe on this first flying run, but keeping good speed throughout the corners as we end sector 1 with a 25.9. As he's going up the hill here, he's got to be really careful not to lose it on traction as we go down the hill towards the hairpin to start the second DRS zone here at Kota. Just making sure not to hit the curb again. That one really unsettles the car as he gets the power down now as we're heading through activating DRS. The Ferrari coming down the straight, car 93, here he goes. Let's see what he can do. I do believe they can cut this corner a bit now in this race, or am I wrong? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, you can cut the corner a tiny bit. It's not like a massive cut, but yeah.
As he does a 104.1 in the middle sector. This is the more technical part, really easy to lose it on traction here, as he gets a bit squirrely, catches it well. Catches it well as he's hitting the apexes here, running a bit wide, and it's come through to the final 2 corners. Try not to run it wide and invalidate here. And it's just to get it slowed down, and he's going to come across the line to set a 1 minute 35.9. Not too bad by the Ferrari.
What I like about this is that you always get to compare the Tier 1 and Tier 4 times, because they're always on the same day. Yeah,
it should be quite a big step up in Tier 1.
Has invalidated, but who hasn't? It's Zaki, who's done a really nice purple sector there. I think that was a full second up from David, so...
Yeah, Zaki
just tried to push it to the limit here.
Keeping it nice and clean through that section, not getting squirrely on the rear end like the Ferrari did. Just making sure not to invalidate coming through these final 2 corners. This is where I always invalidate. It's an awful part of the track for me, but as he comes through the corners, activates DRS to cross the line, it's going to be a 133.7. Going
2 seconds ahead of Zaki. Not Zaki, David, yeah.
So David definitely got some time to find out. I'm not sure if that run was as committed as he'd like, but
Probably not.
making sure just to get a time on the board to begin with.
Dance Super has meanwhile spun out of turn 2. I've noticed with that turn, if you take the curb a bit too much, you just start to spin. But one guy we may want to focus on is High Caliber here, who is on that fight for P2 in the championship. P1 will just be out of his reach with a 103 into the sector, which is
A tenth slower than Zaki, I think, through sector 2.
it may have been really close between them. Not sure, we can take a look as High Caliber now, entering the final 2 corners, takes it at quite reasonable speed here, entering the final turn. It's looking like a good lap. It is a good lap with a 1:33.4, 3 tenths ahead.
Very strong lap.
It is a very strong lap from him.
Zaki's gone again though, he's improving as he's coming around the final corner now. I saw him up
Will
by
it be
half
enough,
a tenth.
though?
Is it going to be enough? It is, it's
It
going to be
will be
5
enough.
tenths improvement as he crosses the line with a 1:33.2.
But so, the thing with Zaki now is that lap was set on his used tyres, but High Caliber's lap was also set on his used tyres as well. So, we've got a... So, we know both these two can go quicker, because these are not on completely fresh tyres, as Dance Super now starts his lap. Entering turn 2 here, making probably a bit scared of the curve now, after spinning on it, I think. And in sector 1 with a 25.4. It's not looking very quick right now.
I'm wondering if he will catch Possum ahead now he goes off track to avoid him.
Still half a second ahead of David in the first sector. Meanwhile, Possum here hasn't set his lap yet, so we will be seeing that soon.
Has Possum raced Tier 4 before, or is this his debut?
He has. He's gotten 2 podiums, I believe. It's a 103.1, but Dance goes a bit too much on the curb there and invalidates his time.
It's unfortunate for him.
Yeah.
But he,
That sector 2 time, 37.6, was actually equal with the likes of Zaki and High Caliber. Maybe not the fastest.
yeah, Dance,
Because
he's often another lap like Zaki and High Caliber, just low fuel run, which will be good.
Possum starting his lap and Dance is still in up. So let's look at Possum here. Driver who we've not seen yet. Go around USA here. And
Oh.
Dance has a little mistake there. Dance purple is sector 1 apparently. Definitely not. I don't think he is.
Yeah, he's 2 seconds off Zaki in sector 1.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Possum's actually decently paced here.
Has a bit of a slide through the hairpin there, but manages to get it under control and gets the power down.
The entire thing is that if you're quicker than a 135, then you can free hit and ending his second sector, and he's gone purple. Awesome, absolutely flying here. Meanwhile,
That is definitely a purple!
Oh. And that is Possum's lap done for there.
He was definitely purple. He was 3 tenths
He
up.
was 3 tenths up, and I don't know. Oh, broke himself. Now. Oh, never mind. Oh, bit of flag there. But that still puts him ahead of David, which I think is quite worrying. If that was David's true pace there. But Possum will now be aiming to try and not make that mistake again.
He's pushing
Maybe
again with
better.
low ERS, but I thought he might have gone off track then.
Purple sector 1 apparently.
300ths up on this previous Sector 1. This Sector 1 and Sector 2 were strong last time, but it was just that little snap.
It's definitely not purple sector. Zaki's got that, or high caliber. Oh, Zaki's got it by about 2/10 there.
A lot more tidy through the hairpin this time, so might have got better traction down as he opens the DRS to go down the straight here. If he goes any faster in Sector 2, it's going to be even more purple than before, because he already had that. So we'll see what he can manage to do as he goes. He's 5/10 down.
He's 5/10 down. He'll be able to really gain that in here if he does not make the same mistake he did before.
Manages to lift off.
A bit more cautious this time.
Yeah, make sure not to repeat. As
this could be a cut down, this could be a lap where he comes in, and it will be a lap where he comes in. High caliber now on his lap. He is 3/10 up in Sector 1. Possum in the pit lane? Is that?
Yeah, I think he misjudged his braking and just went straight into it and moved off of him as soon as it happened, straight into the tech barrier.
Be Possum's final lap. Meanwhile, High Caliber was flying through Sector 1.
Is he flying through Sector 2?
He is 2/10 off in Sector 2, which is very confident there. David stopped on track. Oh, he's taking an inspection. He's done a bit of an Inspector Seb here to see what happened as the
wheel
appears.
The tyre stays there for me.
Gone in, and this will be very dangerous for David.
He's going to have to move fast, which he does, which allows High Caliber to come around the final corner, activates the DRS and crosses a line. It is going to be an improvement.
He is awfully close there, and that will surely make Zaki react. Because now Zaki's got a bit of competition on his hands, it seems.
Yeah, he might not be used to it, but he's definitely got some now with High Caliber right behind him.
Yeah.
As he goes for a second push, I think. Yeah, he is with very low ERS as David is out Sector 1 through the S's.
So Zaki responded to me about 10 minutes ago about the Polish flag thing. It's an Indonesian flag, apparently. So that is your answer there. And both David and Possum are out here. So Dance right now has a chance of maybe getting close to that as Zach is on his outlap. That is some really good lines from Dance there. Using all the track he can, and that put him really close to Zaki there in the first sector. Speaking of Zaki, he is on track right now. High Caliber comes into the pit lane. Taking it very cautiously, I'm sure he probably saw what happened to Possum.
Yeah, didn't want to make the same mistake.
Yeah, driving into a pit wall would be a bit embarrassing. And Dance, purple sector 2 with a 1029. Could Dance be on pole here? He has a really solid line through there. Turn 15, turn 16 there. Turn 17 and now turn 18. Final turn. Will Dance beat him? Oh, 4 attempts off. Meanwhile, High Caliber will have to be getting out there anytime soon, and Zaki will start his. maybe final run.
He might be able to get a 2.
He'll get 2, but they would have to be on the same tire compound. That is sure. Zaki now on his lap here with entry into turn 1 there. Very solid line on turn 2. And into the fast there. Not as confident as the line as Dan's had, but he keeps it on track, which doesn't give him purple sector 1, but it's very close to it. And I'm going to go for a second, for a bit, so you can do the commentator part now.
Okay. So Zaki getting onto the second DRS straight here, opens up the DRS. He's still burning the DRS. He's gathered some more in sector 1 after lifting up the uphill section. Here he comes towards the braking zone, making sure to get in nice and early as you can take a bit more of a curve this weekend. There he goes, he's up by 0.4 of a second. He's looking into the 32s at the moment. This could be a great lap by the Mercedes driver. Here he goes, taking a wide entry, making sure not to lose it on the power. Lifts off just to make sure. A bit cautious there by Zaki as he gets it into the apex, the second apex, and doesn't hit the third one. Takes it the wide line round into the penultimate corner, making sure not to run it too far out wide. Brakes early. Here he comes to the final corner here at the circuit of the Americas. DRS activated, crosses the line. It's a 32.9. Provisional pole position still by Zaki. Is he going to go for a second run? I don't know, but Dance has invalidated. High Caliber now coming to the line to start his final run here in USA. As he crosses the line, here he goes. The Alfa Romeo driver versus the Mercedes, that's what it seems to be. Who is going to prevail here in Kota? He takes a very, very cautious line into turn 1. It might not gain him too much time, but he's making sure to keep it on track to be able to fight with Zaki ahead of him. Zaki backed off. It's all on High Caliber now. That's what everyone's looking at. What is he going to manage to do? He's 3 tenths down in sector 1. This isn't looking good for the Alfa Romeo driver. He's got a lot of time to find now. He's got around 6 tenths to find if he wants to beat him, and he's backed off. That is going to be the end of qualifying, I think, unless Dance has some fuel left on board, which he doesn't. No one else is going to make it to the line. That is going to be the end of qualifying with Zaki Man taking pole position here at the Circuit of the Americas. What a lap by the Mercedes driver, getting 3 tenths ahead of High Caliber, his nearest competitor in the Alfa Romeo. Dan Super taking P3 in the Williams. Possum, after going into the pit wall, not great by him, but managing to scrape P4 just ahead of David, who drops it in the S's. So not too bad of a qualifying by Possum, managing to out-qualify the Ferrari driver. But we'll see how things line up in the race. It's one thing to be quick over one lap, it's another thing to keep it up for multiple laps, which we'll see in the race. As here comes High Caliber to cross the line to round off qualifying here in USA. What are we going to see in the race? I have no idea. I can't remember what race distance it is. So will soon tell me, but there it is. Zaki Man into Mercedes, taking pole position into the 32s. 3.5 tenths clear of the Alfa Romeo of High Caliber. Great lap by him. And High Caliber, another 4 tenths clear of Dance Super and the Williams. So, looking like a bit of a big gap between Zaki, High Caliber and Dance Super. Around 3 tenths in each one, and then Possum very far behind. He did show a lot of pace, but just not managing to carry it throughout the whole session. So let's see what he can manage to do in the race here as we load into it. They're going to make some final adjustments to their setups before we go away for the formation lap. Sunny skies, that's what we're forecast here in America. What are we going to see? I have no idea. Is Zaki going to win and take his first driver's title here in Tier 4? Or can High Caliber maybe put a stop to that and see a move straight away into Turn 1? as we're just waiting to see. As seems like someone's readied up straight away, so we shouldn't have to wait too long before going away for the formation lap. But only 5 drivers on the grid. Will we see a lot of racing action? Will they spread out? We'll soon find out. As the DRS is quite powerful around there, you want to stay within it. The tyres you want to avoid is a hard compound. They are not a great reliable tyre to be on. You want to try and avoid them here. So we're going to have 28 laps here at Kota. And Zaki's going to lead him away for the formation lap. David not wanting to wait for anyone as he overtakes everyone straight to the inside. Maybe that's some foreshadowing of what he's going to do in the race. I don't know. But David slots in to P2. But Zaki leading the way. So I'm just going to grab a drink whilst we go for the formation lap as David takes a bit of a new line through the S's. Haven't seen that one before, but making a new track as he goes. Trying to warm up the tyres. He's dropped quite far back from the Haas as predicted pit stop strategies pop up now. Soft, medium, or a soft, hard. Like I say, you want to be trying to avoid the hard tyre around here. It's very hard to get in the right window and it's just not offering too much grip. But if you can make it work, it definitely will last a long time in this race. So I'm just going to quickly grab a drink and we'll be back with you for the race start.
I made it back before the end of the formation.
Yeah, I was just saying how Zaki leading the way and David kind of dropping off a bit. I'm not sure if he's disconnected or something. His car's a ghost now, so I'm not 100% sure what's happened. Oh yeah, he's joining back now. Oh no, will that break the race start? I hope not.
I don't think so.
I
He may
hope not.
have to wait to get into his AI though.
Right, here we go. So he's around the final corner. He's on his way to his grid position now in P5.
Well, let's hope the
Let's hope it don't break.
AI didn't. Yeah. Now we get to 5 red lights. It's lights out, and away we go. Zaki gets a solid start. David is stuck on the line, and now he's only just got going. Zaki into turn 1 lead. Dance has got into position on high caliber. High caliber now only in P3, Hoss in P4, and David way behind in P5. So Zaki has a comfortable lead, 4 tenths right now. But if Dance can get any bit closer into the next few turns, he may be able to have a shot for...
So Dan's closing up to the back of Zaki now, activating the ERS. He's really not wasting any time, but gets a poor exit, so that's going to compromise him a bit as it's high caliber closing in on Dance, trying to regain that position he lost off the start. Not managing to get close enough on this occasion though, as Possum's starting to drop off now. David's left the session again. I'm not too sure what's happening there.
Yeah, David's got a glitch, it seems. Well, I would restart, but I mean, like, I mean, tier 4, I mean.
Yeah. High Caliber still keeping with Dance despite the dirty air. Dance keeping with Zaki as well. All these guys within a second of each other. We're not going to have DRS this lap. It's going to be next lap activated. Hopefully they can keep the gaps to each other. Zaki, of course, sets the fastest lap of the race to begin with, crossing the line first. As High Caliber really closing up to the back of Dance now.
All three of these guys are really close together here.
Yeah, they all seem to be dropping Possum at a rate of knots.
Yeah, as you said, only a second separating them whilst Possum slowly drops back. Dance looked like he's gotten his first warning there. I think he did.
If he did, I think High Caliber might have followed him because he followed him in the exact line he did. So I'm not too sure.
No warning there. High Caliber has no warnings, but Dance does have one from the first lap here. The predicted strategy is a two-stop apparently, with either soft medium or soft medium medium.
Yeah,
I don't know why you would do soft medium.
High Caliber looking to the inside.
High Caliber on the inside here. Doesn't try the move yet, but it was very close there. But maybe DRS next lap will allow him to make that move stick. David, however, still struggling a bit behind her after his start. Maybe some strategy can help him out here, as Possum goes a tiny bit wide there, and that will definitely give him a warning. But Zaki now starting to fly away from people as High Caliber's gotten his first one. Maybe he could try a move now. I wouldn't recommend it. But if he thinks it'll work and he thinks he's got the pace, then he's gonna try it into turn one. It's a lovely dive. He's almost made the move done, but he's going side by side with Dance. Dance had to back off. Dance has spun though. And
he's out.
Is him out. Could that be a safety car? Could it? It is a virtual safety car. So, you know.
Just tried to hang it around the outside, wasn't willing to deactivate the ERS, so the wheel spin just knocks him around.
Luckily, High Caliber with no warning from that corner cut. Very unfortunate for Dance now, as High Caliber can now try to hunt down Zaki here. As safety car about to end probably.
Possum all over the back of High Caliber. I'm not too sure if he has a Delta or if he's just willing to get a drive through. Because he seems to be really close now.
Yeah. Maybe that was how much Possum closed in from that instant there.
Yeah, maybe. Because drive through for David.
David's got a drive through. That's not very good for him. As we go back underway with Zaki solidly leading here with a 2.1 second gap here. But High Caliber will start pushing to the extreme here and try and catch up here. But this race may be about strategy here. Maybe not all about trying to be quicker than the other driver. Of course, being quicker than the other driver is going to be important, but maybe High Caliber have to get within a second of him, as he goes purple sector 1. So right now he is absolutely flying.
What is surprising me is House Driver Possum not touched the ERS button at all. He's just been gathering his ERS. He hasn't activated it once this race so far. So I'm not too sure if he's planning on just saving it for the later phases. Oh, now he does.
Yeah.
He had 100% for
maybe not
first fall.
Probably just not trying to waste it for the for now, because he's not really in the fight and it looks like he's not going to get any closer right now. And maybe he can save that for his his next stint, where maybe he might be on the hards or even the soft tyres here.
Oh! High Caliber almost drops it, loses a bit of time to Zaki there, loses 2 tenths around that margin as he goes around the long right-hander.
Definitely don't want to be dropping it now. 4 tenths of improvement. Zaki can still just about see High Caliber in his mirrors though. That may worry him a tiny bit that he's not getting the gap he probably wants. But that is definitely a warning for Zaki there. And yes it is, that will be Zaki's first warning.
I'm surprised that is a warning. It has cost him 4 tenths of a second, whatever he did do.
That may have been something different. Maybe High Caliber's just really quick in the first sector and Zaki barely beats him anywhere else.
Maybe High Caliber's just running higher wings than Zaki man.
Maybe. I mean, it don't really look like he's exactly getting away too much in the straights.
He gained around a tenth and a bit down that straight. So maybe, I'm not 100% sure. As Zaki seems to start to push now as he's opened up that gap to 2.1 seconds. It was 1.6 in Sector 1.
This will definitely need a High Caliber get a strategy here. And it will really depend here. Will High Caliber want to go on to hards? Maybe try and do the one stop and beat Zaki like that? Or does he want to try and do an undercut? Maybe go on the... Maybe if Zaki goes onto the medium tires, maybe High Caliber might go onto the softs, try to get the tire advantage.
Yeah, he's going to have to do something different to Zaki, because it seems Zaki does have the overall pace over High Caliber at the moment, but just through Sector 1, High Caliber's mighty as he gets it back down to 1.8 seconds, where it was 2.2.
Even if it's making another pit stop, it will really matter. If Zaki's just gonna be really slow on hard tires, then maybe it might be worth it.
Yeah, the one thing they don't want to do is pit and come out directly behind Possum, because he seems to not have the pace over them two, so you don't want to come out directly behind him. It wouldn't matter too much if you came out around 10 to a few more seconds behind him. You don't want to come out right behind him and have to fight your way through. But Possum still has a part to play in this race. He hasn't been fully dropped. He's only just below 5 seconds behind High Caliber. As he does run a bit wide there, that might be a warning.
Of course, Possum and High Caliber, same academy here. Maybe Possum can play a card here. Maybe do something different to these guys. But right now, it seems that High Caliber is slightly gaining now.
It does seem like it's the Mercedes Academy versus the Ferrari Academy here in Tier 4.
Yeah. And Zaki just cruising along here, but he has to beware of the Alfa Romeo behind him. Can't get too comfortable there in the lead, because, of course, High Caliber does want that.
The only question was Zaki just being a bit conservative, because he is on 99% ERS now to High Caliber's 70%, so he could have just been saving as he started to deploy now.
Yeah, maybe just a bit of, just conserving a tiny bit there. Maybe conserving the tyres as well. Maybe his strategy will involve a one-stop and he wants to stretch those softs just a little bit further.
Yeah, the one-stop is definitely a possibility around here, but the hard tyres are just not a great tyre to be on around this track, I don't think.
Hard tyres just don't seem like a good tyre to be on at all.
Yeah, they're just awful.
Pace.
Only certain tracks are mediocre on.
Yeah, I'd say Spain's probably one of those tracks where we could have seen it, because there are not many high-speed corners. What, there are like 2, and High Caliber is gonna be entering the pit lane now.
Well, one thing High Caliber will be watching.
Oh, and a 5-second time penalty. That will not help him, as Possum also comes into the pit lane. Does not put in the wall this time.
The thing I was about to say was Zaki just got a warning on lap 7, so that puts that out of the window for High Caliber now.
If High Caliber's doing 2-stop, then he will have to, and it definitely seems like he is doing a 2-stop here, because he is on the medium tyres. And now Zaki's got a bit of breathing room here, as High Caliber probably wants to get these tyres warmed up before he goes and makes a spin on one of these tyres here. But we will see what happens with here, and it seems it may be a 2-stop versus the 1-stop.
Zaki and High Caliber both on 2 warnings each, so both pushing the limits out there a bit.
Trying to find that limit also.
There's
always always a bit of a limit you could probably find after qualifying.
Yeah, there's no such thing as perfect lap, so they're just trying to find a limit that they can push on. Is Zaki gonna hit this lap, or is he gonna keep extending? Because High Caliber is closing in, it seems. As he pits.
Yeah, it is into the pit lane, but almost into the wall there. Looks like a little slip up from Zaki, and now we will really see. Has it paid off for High Caliber?
I think it has.
It may have, as Zaki comes in for what I believe is new soft tyres. So they are going the alternate strategy here, and he'll decide right here. And massive but here, Possum spun, but this has put High Caliber way closer to Zaki now. So Zaki going soft, mediums, and High Caliber's going medium, soft, medium, soft, as that is a 3-second for High Caliber, which makes it 8 seconds now. So
is High Caliber gonna stay in the DRS? No, he's not. He's just gonna lose it.
And now this will just not be good for High Caliber. His home race has gone from bad to worse here. Meanwhile, David's AI comes in for hard tyres.
I think that's actually David now.
Is it?
Yeah, I think he joined back when all the deltas went wrong.
Yeah, probably. So now Zaki will start to make this small gap to High Caliber here.
I'll say around lap 6 or so, High Caliber will start to level out on those mediums compared to the softs. Where it's just how much of a distance can Zaki pull in that time. That's what's crucial for this race, it would seem, because High Caliber will be going onto the softs at the end.
Zaki's got his 3 seconds now, so when High Caliber comes in, serves his penalty, that will mean that they will be equal.
High Caliber picked up another warning that lap. So 2 warnings in one lap.
Yeah. He got that warning, like, somewhere around here, and then he got it again. I saw it.
Yeah, in sector 3, just extending the limits a bit too much.
Yeah.
But what is impressive is High Caliber's pace through sector 1, despite being on the mediums, really reeling in Zaki, as that's a sector 3 yellow flags as Possum goes into the pit lane now.
Possum goes into pit lane, probably a bit of wing damage.
If he goes on to a softer compound than David, which it seems he is, he's off onto the mediums once again, replacing that front wing.
Change, and David now in the podium positions.
Who would have thought that from the start of the race?
Who would have? So we may see a small little battle between Possum and David here for a P3, which I mean is going to be a bit better than this very one-sided battle here between Zaki and High Caliber. So it's gonna be really interesting though between these two, because depending on how quickly those softs die, Zaki could be in trouble here, as I see as Zaki now. Yeah, as you said, really trying to push away here, as he's used all his deployment and trying to get the fastest lap.
By 1.3 seconds, definitely not waiting around for anyone.
Yeah, definitely not. But High Caliber's best lap is 9/10 off, and that best lap was set on the medium tyres.
Yeah, so Fuel definitely pushing them on.
Fuel's definitely pushing. Yeah. Zaki's also really pushing here, as he's only on 24% ERS, whilst High Caliber on 43.
Oh no, Possum's round.
Possum's round.
Yeah, Possum facing the
wrong
way.
At turn 15, that was the same turn where he had that slight half spin in qualifying.
It seems to be definitely one of his least favourite turns on this track, and that might cost him his ability to attack David as his tyres are hot, as he almost runs out wide there. There's a huge slide across the penultimate corner.
Yeah.
He's round again.
Slide from Possum into the last turn. Meanwhile, David's just kind of chilling, huh?
David doesn't need to do anything but just take it nice and conservative, because I don't think he's going to manage to close up a 51-second gap, unfortunately.
Yeah. Leave that up to Shuey.
Yeah, exactly. He'll do that.
He'll probably do that in this tier 4 grid.
Saki's still pushing on. He set the fastest sector free then.
It was exactly what you were on about before, about Zaki needing to push hard now, so he can just get ahead. As I think Zaki did not get another warning. It looked like it was going to be. But, yeah. No, I did something like Zaki in a league race and I won it, so I mean, good work for Zaki.
Yeah, as long as he's got the pace, which he definitely looks like he has.
I did it in Imola with everyone went on to hards and I went on to the softs and just like nailed a gap down so I could pit to mediums.
Yeah, it's always good being on the different compounded tyres sometimes. I mean, especially when people less expect it, it's just all to do with what everyone else is doing around you. But if High Caliber went onto the hards, I'd say this race would definitely be over and Zaki would have checked out, but thankfully he did go onto the medium tyres.
Possible penalty. I mean, that's not really going to affect him in last place.
And maybe he might lose position to Dance Super.
Well, I mean, yeah.
If he gets enough penalties for that, I don't think he will.
I mean,
need a couple of minutes.
Penalties, he would have to get like, yeah, way more than a couple of minutes.
Couple of minutes.
He'll need a solid, what, 30 minutes of penalties before he does that.
I'd say next lap or the lap after, especially with the pace Zaki's been pushing it, that's when the softs are going to start to slowly die out. Zaki is really using everything.
Possum's position right now of P4, he's not really going to catch up to David because, I mean, 27 seconds is quite a big gap to, make up. Maybe David's got power. Maybe he could just box onto the softs, just like do a bit of track exceed until your lap isn't invalid, and then get a fast lap that way.
Yeah, true. The only problem with that is when the other guys get down the laps and their fuel loads come down, their cars are going to be a lot faster.
Not do it right now, but this looks like the fastest Zaki might go.
That might be a warning there.
It was a warning.
Yeah,
Zaki pushing it to the limit here. He needs that gap, a high caliber, and he really hasn't done it much. I mean, only 6 seconds here.
he was never going to pull a pit stop, but he was just looking to maybe pull a decent chunk out of him, so when he comes out on the medium tyres, he can possibly just push, because he'll be on fresher tyres, he'll be able to close up to high caliber before high caliber has to pit again onto the soft compound.
High caliber just not finding the pace on those medium tyres there. Not working here.
Now quickly leave you with Sir. I'm just off to the toilet.
Okay. Right, yeah. Right now, Zaki's still pushing hard here. And still making the gap to high caliber. So clearly, these tyres are not dead yet. Or high caliber is really slow. But this will just be about damage limitation from now on for Zaki. Not put it into a wall. And he can then win the championship. Seems like quite an anticlimactic final, but you know, it doesn't matter if Zaki finishes P1 or P2, he still wins the championship. So you know. Zaki's going awfully slow for here. Just trying to see if this is like... Okay, right, no, that's just like average tier 4 driver pace there. Meanwhile, Zaki is soon to see Possum Man. Feel bad for Possum here. He's kinda just chilling in P4. But you know. Welcome back, Finn.
Thank you.
Not much has changed. Other than, like, the gap from David to Zach to high caliber.
I mean, high caliber seems to be not losing as much time now, but he is still losing a little.
Looking at the times here. 137.1 and a 138.1. Yeah, I mean, he's not exactly gaining the time, which is not very good on its own.
Yeah, Zaki has around...
I mean, this is like around the prime time that maybe the soft tires will start to go off and we may see a bit of sliding from Zaki here.
As you said, that slides through turn 1, but
yeah,
I'd say he has a maximum of 3 laps left on these tyres before he will have to pit, unless he'll lose too much time to the cars behind.
Yeah.
Yes, he did pit lap 8 on his other tyres, which he did do 2 push laps on, to be fair, so I'm not too sure, maybe 3 more laps on these tyres maximum.
Yeah, but Zaki just needs to do a bit of damage limitation, you know. Ooh.
Hits a curb there, yeah.
Yeah, not what you want to do there. I am just giving this man the commentator's curse here.
Just trying to throw everything at him. He needs stuff thrown at him because he is walking away with it at the moment. Absolutely showing blistering pace.
He is walking away with it. It is, I mean, high caliber's still got that 5-second penalty that he will need to serve here.
Exactly, and Zaki will already get the undercut on him when he does pit.
I mean, right now, in terms of biggest winners, David with 2 positions.
And that's our biggest losers. Dance.
Yeah. Dance has gone to the back of the... has gone from, like... Let's take a look. He's gone from...
P3 to P5.
P3 to P5.
Yeah. Everyone else has stayed the same.
But now, whilst we were having that nice little break here, it's starting for Zaki that the soft tires are starting to die a tiny bit. As High Caliber now closing on him like crazy right now, and things may start to get a bit interesting.
He's 4 attempts down in sector 1, so yeah, he's really not managing to match his lap times. So
Meanwhile, High Caliber only 1/10 down on his fastest. They're really starting to get excited here. Zaki just... So this seems like oh, what is Zaki doing there? So yeah.
Seemed like a bit of a weave.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter for Zaki where he really finishes in this race. Whether he finishes P1 or P4, he still wins this championship, I believe.
It does matter if he finishes in the wall, though, because he won't get the points for 90%.
That's why I did say P1 or P4.
I mean, P4 DNF, right?
Yeah.
All he's got to do is... But you do want to walk out with the race win, obviously.
Yeah.
As he
Zaki
pits now.
coming into the pits now.
Oh, he's done that twice now. He's almost...
I don't know if he's trying to, like, make us scared by almost putting it in the wall.
He's saying well. They're doing it, yeah.
He's doing well. He has been scaring us a tiny bit, giving us a bit of scares. Possum, number penalty. I mean, doesn't matter for him. He is catching David, but I mean, he still has to make that other pit stop there.
But Zaki back on track. It seems like it is going to be around a 13-second gap. Oh no, it's gone up a bit more as he's trying to get some heat in those tyres. 13.5 seconds to High Caliber.
In reality, 8 seconds because of the 5-second stop-go penalty.
Yeah, which High Caliber will have to serve. Now, the one question is High Caliber going to risk everything and go for a one-stop? It is possible, but the chance of him getting a puncture is, I would say, pretty much 100%.
He's done a little spin at turn 40.
Oh, yeah, and he's tried to spin it back around.
He's having a good time here, as he will be the first driver to be lapped this race.
High Caliber gets another 3 seconds
Caliber,
on
penalty.
So High Caliber sat on 11 seconds, Zaki 3 seconds, David 3 seconds, Possum 9 seconds. The only person not to get a penalty this race is Dance.
The average pit lane time loss when you enter the pits is 18.6 seconds. So right now, if High Caliber were to pit, he would be 10 seconds behind. He would be 10 seconds behind Zaki, which is a bit worrying.
It's a big margin to close, especially when Zaki only managed to pull a 6-second gap to High Caliber on his softs. But keep in mind, High Caliber will have less fuel, so we'll be able to push that a little bit harder, but I don't think it is going to be 10 seconds worth, because he might be able to close up, but then he also has to pass Zaki on the same tyres.
Meanwhile, Possum was going at similar speeds to the Aston Martin safety car into the last turn there, trying to make sure he does not spin with those tyres. Meanwhile, Zaki not actually gaining time. He stayed around a solid 13.5 behind High Caliber. So
Zaki sat on 100% ERS, so that is the only thing I would say. He has not deployed it once yet. The only thing that is coming out is his natural.
As long as High Caliber keeps it at a 8-second gap, then he wins the Grand Prix. So we will see. Does High Caliber enter? Not yet.
I think he'll be in lap 21.
Yeah,
that's my prediction.
I feel Lap 21 seems like a perfect time to pit, actually. Because I mean, we saw after around 8 laps that Zaki's tires just went. Take a look at his stint here, which I mean we take his. Yeah, so he boxed on lap 9, and he went to lap 18. So 9 laps, I think that was. If I did the. Yeah. Yeah. Zaki losing time though. So maybe these medium tyres in general are just quite slow.
He's deploying now though, and he's put it back down to 13.7. Trying to finally try and open up these tyres.
Yeah, but High Caliber's just wasting his ERS here. He needs to save a bit, because the pit stop's not going to give him an insane amount here.
Yeah, I think it'll be 30.
If his plan, yeah, if his plan is to box. So now, High Caliber's got quite a job to do. He's got to make a 10 seconds in how many laps he boxes, which now, so 8 laps. 8 laps he will have to hunt down. Oh, and another. How has he done that?
He was going very slowly as well. I don't know how he's.
Yeah, I think he just put the throttle a bit too much, and then.
I think he realised how slow he was going in and tried to pick it up that just a little bit, but managed to.
I think we know who's really won this race here.
As long as he's even weaving on the straight now.
Yeah, this is the driving style of a man who has basically just won the Tier 4 championship here.
Yeah, already weaving on the straights, he knows what the result will be.
So now, High Caliber has to make a second gap.
I mean, Zaki could even risk hitting again for some more softs if he wanted to go for fastest lap. But
he could go for fast lap if he liked.
I mean, he's got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Still celebrating on the straight.
Let's take a look here. Yep, here we go. Lovely weaving. Zaki, don't do that on the last lap or you'll spin.
That would be kind of funny, but he's managing to keep it all under control at the moment. Still 7 more laps to go, so don't want him to be weaving too much and getting a bit too full of himself. There's still possibilities for something to go wrong for him.
There's definitely something to go wrong.
I thought he was going to pit then, he dummied me.
I wasn't looking, so I wouldn't know.
He dived towards the pit.
More weaving for Zaki here.
High Caliber is closing in very quickly though.
Remember to our 4 people watching here, that if Zaki does spin, remember you can Twitch clip it. Yeah. I feel it'd be quite funny if Zaki does spin on the last lap when he's weaving on the straights. If he is weaving on the straight, I have given him a warning. I'm quite certain he is watching this. Because he did give me the reply of the Polish flag situation. Has a bit more weaving from Zaki here.
It's almost like he wants High Caliber to close up to have a fight with him. Because he's decided not to leave now. You don't want to
say that. It was quite entertaining before.
Oh, he's not weaving anymore.
Hey Zaki, weave more, weave more, weave more. Come on Zaki, you want to weave more. We know you do.
Oh.
Hey. See, I told you he's listening.
Definitely getting a heat up. We'll go with that.
Oh, he faked us again.
Nah, I didn't fall for it that time. You was coming this time.
he went in way too early for me to believe that. To be fair, he has nothing to worry about in terms of high caliber. I mean, what? A high caliber's got to make another 8 seconds on him.
And he also needs to pass him.
He also needs to make the other thing, so I mean, entirely possible. It's possible if Zaki's been. And I just saw a yellow flag and I thought it was Zaki. I don't know why I thought that. I'm literally watching him.
The yellow flag pops up, sees him driving fine. Must be an engine failure. We'll go with that.
We'll go with the engine failure. I've made it so purposely, I've made it so, perfectly on lap 27, Zaki gets an engine failure.
That'll be kind. Or just gets a puncture for no reason. Brakes failed. Brakes failed.
Brakes failed. Wow. 3.8. 3.6. 3.7. I'm just looking at the gap. Meanwhile, Possum, he's having a good time. And he's doing the thing that I recommended, which is probably cut across the track a bunch of times to get the fastest lap. And he goes 6 times quicker in Sector 1. I'm not sure his fastest lap is. Oh, hello, high caliber. Yeah, high caliber 135.3. But Possum may change that. I mean, maybe not that, but you know. 2.4 off the gap now. This is getting a bit exciting, people.
We are actually going to have a fight. No.
We're actually going to have a fight now, as the viewers have now ramped up from a whopping 4 viewers to 6.
The people know. Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want, Zaki.
Oh no,
Lift
high
off
caliber,
on
please.
the straight.
Hit the
Lift
curb,
off
halfway spun.
Lose 100. Just like for like a second, go off the throttle, Zaki. We need to see this battle.
Be like Perez's engine in Miami. Come on. Give us what we want.
We're gonna watch Zaki's stream right now.
I'm just watching his engine, not engine by his revs.
Zaki just has his engine thing on. His engine setting, worrying his engine's gonna blow up. Zaki, I don't think your engine's gonna blow up, lad.
We have a fuel crisis. He should be lifting and coasting. Let's save the fuel. Oh, there we go. Now high caliber's right behind him now.
And now high caliber's there, and
with 3 laps to go.
3 laps to go here. I'm having a nice look at Zaki's stream as well.
High caliber's tires.
It's a few seconds back, so you know we can see what happens here.
Okay, so he's going to be in DRS range, which is good. So we're going to see some fighting, hopefully, onto this DRS straight.
Zaki's purple in Sector 1.
Let me just check this. 25.7, it's his fastest. Yep, that is faster than high caliber's Sector 1.
Wow.
And he's pulled the one. He's pulled the second gap to him already.
Maybe high caliber's tyres have died.
After 3 laps, I don't think they'll be that worn out, but that's in the issue.
I don't know, but he could have been really pushing hard, you never know.
But he does have a little bit of VRS, so that might be why. Zaki could have been pushing. Yeah, he's already used all his deployment almost. Zaki not wasting any time.
I was about to say that David and Possum could be having a battle, but then I realised I didn't have it on leader gap.
Yeah.
So right now Possum is 1 minute behind David.
Oh, might fight soon.
Yeah. Yeah, lap car versus actual car.
Exactly. As high caliber finally gets the DRS this time.
Zaki spun it! Zaki is round! And that. has cost him so much. It's cost him. Has it though? We look at the gap now. It is going up. Zacky's gonna have to be really careful in turn 1 here. And it is now 8 seconds. 2 more laps to go. And High Caliber could be winning this here. So we look at the penalties now. High Caliber with with 11 seconds, but Zacky 3. So if you know simple maths, then that is 8 seconds of gap. Let's take a look at Zacky's warnings. Let's take a look. So he's got 1. Okay, only 1. So only 1 after the 3 seconds. So
Zacky seems to be flying. He's already closed it up by a second almost by the end of that straight, but then he's lost it all again. So I'm not too sure.
Not sure what's going on here.
Zacky now has no ERS left. They both really thin on the grounds on the deployment. So they're both trying to push everything.
Just finding the pace here. Meanwhile, High Caliber just lost it a tiny bit here. Just lost the pace now, and I'm not sure what's going on. But Zacky might be a bit scared into this, into the final turn here, to not have the similar incident he had before. We have seen it quite a bit with these Tier 4 drivers where they make one mistake and then they get really scared of that turn. And kinda does look like that, as now it's an 8.4 gap. This is gonna be going down to the wire here. And for once we might have an exciting ending to Tier 4 here.
Not possible.
Never heard of it before.
What's that?
But it will. But right now, High Caliber has got a faster sector 1. So High Caliber currently pushing it to the limit here. High Caliber's seen the opportunity for the win, and he's not backing down.
And he has more ERS to play with than Zacky as well.
Yeah, looking at High Caliber's penalties now. He's got he's got 2 warnings. He needs to be really careful as well, because 1 more warning could entirely destroy his race here. Well, not destroy the race, but I mean, it will cost him a race win. So
9.3 seconds as Possum picks up another 3-second time penalty.
Anyway, now we enter the final turn and we start the final lap of the Grand Prix, where we see High Caliber lead. So after around a solid 27 or 26 laps actually, we saw the lead change now. And Zacky now still weaving because he's won the championship. He's won the championship there.
It doesn't matter where he finishes now, he knows exactly what he's done.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a minute and 12-second gap behind him, so you know.
And he's fully backed off.
He's enjoying his time here. He's gonna let High Caliber have the win. It would have been greater if he got the win and won the championship, but I mean, this will have to do for him. High Caliber drove a lovely race, showed the pace all the way through, and it is looking like for him to win the race as he enters the final sector, and he is just, I'm sure High Caliber is currently just ecstatic right now.
Legs shaking, making sure not to press the throttle a bit too much and repeating what Zacky did. Making sure that doesn't happen through the final corner, and then he can check out and he will be the race winner here at the Circuit of the Americas. So it is now
as High Caliber comes around the final corner to win in USA. The American takes the win at his home Grand Prix, and Zacky now. Zacky will be P2, not what he wants, but Zaki Man is your new champion for Tier 4, as he has a little bit of a weave, a little bit of burnout, and that is Zaki Man, P2 and Tier 4 champion. Meanwhile, as we wait for Possum and David to finish their race here, as Possum's with no front wing actually.
Oh right, I didn't realise
Alright,
that.
we get to. I didn't notice this. Where did he
David.
lose the front wing then? We'll be able to find out when he when his times just suddenly drop.
As he is trying to keep ahead of David, not trying to get laps.
I think he lost it on lap. I think he lost it this lap actually, which is lap 27 for him. As Possum now comes around the final corner, striking fashion to finish last, but P4
I thought you were going to say win then.
to take the win. And David will take his first podium in tier 4. And that was a very exciting ending to the race. And Zaki wants to have a post-race interview. He deserves one. Let's do Zaki and High Caliber at the same time. I feel that will be. Hello, Zaki. Hello. 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 Please include your audio.
How do I do it?
You Xbox app, aren't you? It should say include my audio, unless you're streaming.
yeah.
Yeah,
Good? We're good?
yeah, you're probably
that
good.
was-
I can't.
That was absolutely hilarious. So
Yeah.
basically, me and Dance had a plan before the race that we would have a 1-2, and then I would
Yeah.
let him by on the last lap to let him win. I was gonna do kind of
Yeah.
the same thing with High Caliber, but I got too distracted and spun on accident. That was
no.
hilarious. Because my dad
Yeah,
walked in and
but-
then was like, "You're gonna spin," because he saw me weaving all the time. He's gonna spin. I was like, "No, I'm not gonna spin." I
And
ended
then
up
you
spinning.
spin.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So Zaki, you finished P2,
Yeah.
which I'm sure you probably don't want, but you are the champion of Tier 4.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I feel really. I didn't really expect this from myself because before the going into Tier 4, I didn't do league racing for over a year or two, something like that. So
Yeah.
I didn't expect myself to actually be competing. So this feels actually pretty good, and thank you to Mercedes for allowing me to do this as well.
Yeah, and also along with that, I'm pretty sure you are the driver with the most wins this season.
Really?
I can take a look. Shui has 4, no 3. You have 5,
Hey, let's go.
and then you got 2 more races, so you can increase that to 7.
Mm-hmm.
Fozzie has 3, so
But yeah, I have
Yeah.
one race because I'm not gonna be here for Abu Dhabi. Yeah,
yeah.
it was an incredible season. I feel bad for Rimac because he's driven this whole season really, really, really well, and to miss out on the last couple rounds, especially in a championship fight, that sucks.
Yeah.
But he's driven really well. High Caliber
Yeah,
driven.
both you drove really well.
Yeah, High
And so
Caliber
did
as
High
well.
Caliber.
You did really well. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get to win the championship.
So anything you would want to say? Anything you would want to say on stream? Real quick before we move, and we've also got another session here.
Yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Upshift, and shout out to Lotus for helping me win the championship. Yeah, thank you everyone.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
And now we finally move on to High Caliber. Hello, High Caliber. I am doing lovely. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, man.
That is good.
I had to push
So,
that
so
last.
your first win in Tier 4, and what a place to take it at, your home Grand Prix. How does it make you feel?
I feel really good. I really wanted to win this race. This is the first time F1 Wow has raced this track, so I
Yeah,
really wanted to win it. I didn't make it easy for myself with those two speeding in the pit lane penalties,
they
but
were quite unfortunate there.
yeah, I really had to push that last stint, and it the strategy paid off. I was starting to get nervous with the medium tire stint because Zachy was pulling away from me at the
Yeah,
first.
and I mean, well, you can't get championship now, but
No.
you can still fight for P2, and I'm pretty sure you have gotten ahead of Rimac with your win now. So,
Yeah.
how hard you gonna be fighting these final two races for that P2 to here?
I'm still gonna push for wins. P2 is important, and I'm not sure how like the tiers will shake out next season. But I know at one point there's the relegation and promotion, but we'll see how that
Yeah.
goes at the end of the year. But we'll keep pushing like as if it's actually gonna happen that way. Um,
Mm.
the
So
goal is
I'm pretty
P2.
sure now that I'm pretty sure Tier 4 and Tier 3 are gonna be merged now.
Oh
I
well,
think.
if that's the case, I'll push hard for points in tier three. I'm not really sure who I'll drive for since Alfa Romeo's
Yeah, I'm not
full,
sure.
but
I don't know. Apparently they were going to merge, so yeah.
yeah. Well, we'll see how
So
it
so
goes.
with the championship now not being able to be won, is all your focus to season 6?
Yeah, we're just so if the tiers are combined, we'll just push to have a strong ending to the season in tier three, and
Yeah.
yeah, not tier six, season six should be interesting on a new game. See how that plays out too.
Yeah.
I
Well,
also
I
want
have
to
no more
congratulate
questions.
Zachy
Mm,
on his championship. He drove extremely well.
He did drive extremely well. I have no more questions, so thank you for your time, High Caliber.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the win, and enjoy the rest of your day.
You too, thank you.
Yeah. So that will be the end of Tier 4 stream. I have been your main commentator, Face, and joining me was Finn Beadle, and we'll see you in 40 minutes time for Tier 1. So yeah, goodbye for now, and I will be here with you probably next Saturday.